I'll go fuck myself.
All the love, I say tough shit. And we're live.
Get fucked.
Oh, I thought you were just gonna say with all the love, fuck you.
With all the love.
I said that,
Checks
Jason.
out.
I said it for him.
Yeah.
For context, Casper always asks if we're
Checks
ready, and every single
out.
time we say no.
Because we're never ready. We are, but we're not.
And then somebody gets a fuck you. I'm not sure.
Usually
someone-
me.
Usually
It's me that
Casper.
says it to someone
Oh,
else.
I
who
always
loves
do.
Yeah, usually.
Someone else does, and it's a treat. I always do. That's an inevitable.
It's I am inevitable.
Chelsea, you gotta just get it out of the way. Just like full on, just smack your hand on your
Bitch, slap your desk. Let's go.
That's not how it works, and you know that. If I do that, it's not going to
It has to
count.
happen authentically.
It's gotta- yeah, it's gotta be authentic.
Has to be an authentic hand smack. Come
Yeah.
on, Jenny.
Yeah.
Ashley
You
loves
know
your
what?
hat, Jason.
Actually, thank you. Also, did you smack your hand last week?
Yes.
Okay. Because for some reason I was like, I feel like there was at
Oh,
least
no.
1 week where you did. Oh, okay. I feel like there was at least 1 week where you didn't.
It was near the start. I don't think like the first session I did.
It was because the rest of us
yeah.
were getting hurt. Jason
Yeah.
had his cheese fiasco. I fell out of my wheelchair.
Oh, yeah. It started happening right after we're like, it's your turn next, and then it's Casper, but it was just Chelsea every
Just they
single
never
time
came to me.
after. It's just
I do this for you.
Casper keeps Uno reverse carding.
Casper.
You want to kiss
do this for
Thespis? You
you.
gotta suffer. Thank you.
Wow.
We could
Gotta
say,
suffer for the art.
We could say that Ollie mauling right behind my knee could count because I'm still bleeding.
It wasn't on stream.
No. It was on dream, yeah.
Fine. Ollie,
I do.
don't do it again.
Casper. I really do. I do this for you.
Thank you. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
Now, let's do a little recap.
Ah,
Wow.
yay!
Our little recap this week is literally going to be last session. They all freed. Let's think in order. I think it was
Larkin.
Larkin first, Claudius, then Richard. So those three.
We needed Claudius for Richard.
Yeah.
We needed it.
those
Yeah, we need
those
to prep
three-
for that one.
Yeah, which you did.
Dimitri took a nap.
Dimitri took a nap after getting knocked out by a
It wasn't a nap he wanted to take. It was a nap
We
that he had to take.
we also learned some things. Just things
Just,
about stuff.
Just generic things.
you know, did
Just
anyone
generic things.
learn
Just,
anything
you know,
particularly interesting?
Just girly things.
Yeah, pizza.
Oh, yeah.
We learned
Yeah,
about pizza, freeways, three-ways, mopeds, comb-overs.
Thermostat.
Thermostats.
Remote.
Air conditioning.
control.
Remote controls. Yeah. Just, you know, little girly things.
Girly
Yeah,
things.
all that stuff.
Just gals being pals.
Yeah.
Gals
So,
being pals, right?
that
Sure.
is basically
Am I right?
last session. Because I don't want to spend another 12 minutes doing a recap. I love you all, but I got stuff I want to get to today.
That's all we did. We freed people and then bullshitted the rest of the session. That's
Yeah.
all we did.
Yeah. Well, Magna had a
It's
nice spa
accurate.
date with Birin, but
That's true. That's
besides
true.
that,
That's true.
I heard a picnic
That's
with
true.
Winter.
yes.
That's
And
true.
Yeah, that's
Thespis
true.
and Cora had emotional
Cora started-
talks.
Cora started
And Cora
your second
started a new
picture.
painting.
Yeah,
She
so
started a new
painting.
painting that she's not letting Thespis see.
yeah. So that's all the gay shit. Thespis and
The gay shit.
all the gay shit. And
It's so bad that my brain was like, Cora and Thespis had sex. And I was like, what did I miss?
What?
Damn, what
what
was
did
I?
I miss?
Well, see, you thought that, and I immediately was like, "Oh, Cora started a new painting, fantasy nudes," and I was like, "No, no,
Is that our fantasy Costco? What's happening?
no, fantasy nudes."
Your food.
We have fantasy OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. It's OnlyFans. Fantasy OnlyFans. OnlyFans.
OnlyFans?
You just when you make something fantasy, you just put an F in front of it. Fantasy OnlyFans is
Like
OnlyFans.
fantasy HIPAA. Like
FIPA.
fantasy HIPAA.
Like FIPA.
FIPA.
Yeah.
This has been discussed in the chat several
yeah,
Yeah,
times.
because
Many
this is
times.
something that Nessa started.
Many times.
So
Yep.
so
Fantasy nudes foods.
I love my
It's
wife.
like
Okay.
it's like the nudes meme where it's NOODS, but it's just so much more generic.
Nudes.
All right. recap over. Going
Done, we did shit.
Oh, shit.
the beginning. Oh, I should probably warning, content warning. Welcome to Nexilis contains themes of whatever
Things. Lots of things.
Welcome to Nexilis contains themes of character deaths of children and adults, violence, manipulation and abuse, necromancy, pandemics, murder, psychiatric malpractice, body horror, torture, military themes in war, PTSD and combat, and surely some more. So
Lots of things.
those are just the key ones to worry about.
We poke a lot of things.
Yeah.
I love how when we every time we start, it's like, oh, triggers. Here you go.
Just sprinkle it in real fast.
All the
That's fine.
triggers.
I feel like it would be nigh cruel to not do a trigger warning before stuff like this.
I mean, valid.
We do have a lot.
I also just want to mention that all of us pretty much are neurodivergent, and all of us have some sort of trauma in one way or another.
So just, thought it'd be fair.
So we're like, I would like to be warned of this stuff.
Yeah.
So we're gonna warn other people about this stuff.
Magna.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, right into it. God damn.
Magna.
No
It's just a
warning.
case of the fucking Mondays, huh?
If that is not gift, I will be upset.
It's the fucking Mondays, huh?
Well, I am the giftman.
And I love you for it. Time to suffer. So, Magna.
Oh, let me turn off this happy music. Hold on. This is not time for happy music.
No.
No.
Let's get into those dreams. We are actually starting only 11 minutes after go time. This is great.
Oh, wow.
I know I did. Wow, I didn't know I could do that. Magna. You fall asleep cuddled up in bed with your boyfriend, his wife, that's like kind of becoming something. And I think Dimitri also crashed in the same bed as y'all last night. So all four of you, cuddled up.
Possibly.
Yeah. Your dream begins and your eyes are closed very tightly, as if trying to block out what's around you. Your hands feel tingly. You realize that they are chained up above you. And you realize that your hands are chained and there's something in those chains that's preventing you from doing any magic. You feel nullified entirely. And you feel that you're literally only wearing pants now. Your shoes have been taken off, your shirt's been taken off, everything, and you're just hanging. And you hear a voice from right in front of you. Are you sure that you think this is the wise decision? You could do so much more. If you just joined us, we could be powerful. We could be what you truly are meant to be with us. And you grit your teeth. You grit your teeth, but you don't respond. And the voice in front of you, well, we'll just further things along until you see it our way. And then you hear the clinking of metal, and then a searing hot pain on your chest.
Mm-hmm. Yep. How did I know? Fuck you. Fuck you. Just right now.
You
Stop.
let out a scream that you recognize as Amir's pained scream.
Yep.
Your eyes fly open, and you are in what looks to be a bit of a dilapidated sort of a temple that you can see tattered Pelorian flags hanging on the walls. You can see that the typical stained glass windows depicting the sun and warmth and just light is tainted almost by just this energy surrounding this cult that you have been captured by. And after the scream stops and they pull the branding back, look down and you see the Pelorian sun seared into your pec. And you just... I don't think you understand what you all are doing. To be quite honest, this is very against every teach. And you just start to grit your teeth again as you kind of clasp your hands together to hold back the tears burning the back of your eyes. And there's some hushed whispers amongst the cult, and the person who seems to be the leader, who had been speaking at first, walks mere inches away from your face. He goes, "If you won't join us, then you are against us. And that goes against our divine Holy One's plan. You've clearly been led astray. We'll show you the true mercy by ending this all for you. No need to thank us." And he steps back as Amir watches the man go over and grab a ceremonial blade that looks similar to the one you've seen Amir have, but it looks homemade instead of made at some clerical institution. And he starts to walk over, and he holds the knife right under Amir's chin. He goes, "Do you have any last words, child?" And as that question is asked, you hear the pounding of heavy footsteps charging the door. And before Amir can even open his mouth, the door flies off the hinges as Birin charges in, full plate of armor, smoke billowing from her nostrils. And Amir looks at us, "I don't, but you might." As the blade... As the blade gets pulled back from his chin, and Birin goes into a paladin's rage. Her mighty justice starts to rain down upon these cultists. With her battle axe and her fist, she is knocking these cultists unconscious. She is sending them flying just so that she can get to Amir. Amir closes his eyes to not watch the bloodshed as he finally, after a moment, hears the heavy weight of the metal, and then hears a whiff above his head as the battle axe just pierces through the chains, and he drops to his feet, and you can just feel just this breath of just like fresh air as all of the magic gets returned to you. You can feel this heat and this light and this love that you have felt for about 10 years now as the energy of Pelor returns to you. And Amir looks at his hands, and he pulls, and he still has the shackles, but he's no longer chained. And he looks up to see some cultists dead, some cultists unconscious. Birin is not being sadistic. She is not being cruel, but she is being efficient. You can see elsewhere as she's looking along the walls, there had been other chains. You can tell that there had likely been other victims that had been freed that perhaps had been broken out. Or maybe it had been too late and they had already been killed. Amir still looks down at himself, and he goes to touch the now blistering scars and the parting skin that's bleeding, and he looks down to the parts that haven't been seared back shut are raw. The parts that have been seared are throbbing, and you can see him trying to heal it, but as there had been magical energy imbued into the burn. And he looks back up just in time to see Birin charging from one side of the room to another. And you see a slightly dazed cultist, a younger cultist, who maybe had been recruited at age 15. And you can tell that they have been charmed. They have been coerced magically into doing these things. They're not acting of their free will. And Birin slaughtering most of the cultists that dare fight back, Amir runs to this cultist and puts himself in between them and Birin. "Not this one!" As you can feel the tears still behind your eyes. No, this one, they come with us. And he kind of just cups the cultist's face, and you see lights on no one's home. As Amir, with trembling hands, with weak energy after hours of torture and exhaustion, just, "Hello, what's your name? Come on, tell me, what's your name? What's your name?" And you can feel him casting something akin to dispel magic, just trying to break through the charm that has been put on this cultist, and the cultist just, "My name is whatever it needs to be. to serve our merciful Lord. And Amir just, we'll deal with this later. You are coming with me. You come here. And he takes their hand and steps them up onto their feet as he looks over the others that have tortured him, and Birin has reholstered her axe and wraps Amir close, just kisses the top of his head. The others are free. We need to leave. We need to leave now. And Amir kind of looks at the dead bodies, the instruments of torture, the Pelorian sun, a symbol for you, for him, of growth and beauty and healing and love and mercy, has been used in a twisted game for power and control and murder. And Amir looks over. He's like, you looks back to the cultist. You look at me, eyes on me. We're going to be friends, okay? I'm going to get you out of here. And you can feel his arm go up as a firewall goes up. I want you to focus on me. Focus on me. We can get you out of here, okay? You can go back home. And pushes. And you feel the firewall be moved to just incinerate the room, destroying any symbols of the corruption tied to Pelor. But only inches off the floor, well, about a foot off the floor, to not injure any of the cultists that are still alive. And Amir takes the other cultist's hand and starts to walk them out of the torture chamber. And that is about where your dream ends.
Sweet
How
grandpa
fucking
man.
rude.
Sweet grandpa man.
Hey, sweet
Aw.
grandpa man.
Sweet
That is sweet
sunshine
grandpa
grandpa.
man. Fucking rude, actually.
You had to know you were getting that eventually, right?
Yeah, I mean, the moment you told me about that, I was like, yeah, all right. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, right, I guess.
Okay.
Ivor.
Okay.
Ivor.
Oh, it's not
I'm
me.
good.
Going last again.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're good to go, right? Let's go.
No, I'm good. I don't need it. I don't need the dream. I'm fine.
So, Ivor,
Okay.
your dream starts in it looks like a bar. Ivor, you wouldn't recognize it, but I'm going to tell you that this bar seems to be probably, with the attire of the people around you, of the slang that you're hearing, the way people are talking, and the drinks, this is probably somewhere in the 1920s.
Okay. So, vampires.
And you're kind of fiddling with a drink in front of you, just listening to the party behind you. You feel quenched. You feel satisfied. It's been a good night. It's been a good hunt. And beside you, you hear footsteps, and someone plops on the seat about 2 chairs down from you in this little hidden away speakeasy. And you look over and you see, at least in comparison to your stature, a shorter man. Black hair, slicked back with a widow's peak, vibrant green eyes,
Yep.
strong structure, wearing what looks to be a pinstriped suit. And you just kind of look at him. You eye him up and down. And he orders a drink. And he looks back to you. And eyes you. I'm sorry. You see something you like? And you I thought I recognized you. I was like, have we met before? No, I'd certainly remember a face like yours. Where have we met before? I will say a lot of people say I remind them of someone. Just Richard, right? And Richard. So we have met before. Where would I remember you from? It's been an interesting last few years. Just, do you remember Elizabeth? And Richard, I have met many Elizabeths. You're going to have to be a little more specific. Elizabeth Feld. Richard just, yes, and how do you... Oh... Well, this look suits you much better. Tell me, what do I call you nowadays? Claudius. It's Claudius now. Claudius. Claudius Feld, still? Oh, that's much better for you. This. And he reaches his hand and runs his fingers through your short hair, barely reaching above below your ear. This is much better. Much better. Well, let's share a few drinks for a celebratory reunion. I think that sounds excellent. Excuse me. He snaps his fingers and he gets the bartender's attention. The bartender comes over. Richard slides what looks to be, especially considering that this is the 20s, a rather large bill, flaunting his wealth with drinks for this gentleman and I on me tonight. And you share a few drinks, catching up with an old friend that you haven't seen since before your transition, since before both of your lives changed so drastically. And after a little while of just kind of mindless remembering and remembering only bits and pieces of conversation, after a sip of your drink, you look over and you catch Richard staring at you with a little smile and a raised brow. And Claudius, what, you see something you like? And Richard, well, I guess. You seem happier. Suits you better. And Richard takes a sip of his drink. And that's a bit about where the dream ends.
Thank God it was a good one. Fuck. Is this the only good dream I've had?
No.
Because you ruined the Dwyer one.
I would have been happy if I kept my mouth shut.
Yeah, I would have been happy if you kept your goddamn mouth shut.
I think so.
And no, I could have figured that out through context clues, because you were talking about the big fucking promotion and that whole shit, and I was like, God damn it.
No, I just had to ruin it for the listeners.
Just throw it in there, just taste a little, just fuck you.
All right. So that's your dream. And now, Cora.
It's me.
Cora.
Hi. Yes.
Your dream starts as you look out over a party. Many people chatting and laughing. You hear the clinking of glasses. You hear the cheering of music. And you realize you're sitting at a long table at the head of the room. You see on your left are many women in various dresses, and on your right is a woman in a wedding gown, and a little further are many men in suits. And you feel, when you look at the woman next to you, sheer bliss as you see her in her gown. You let your mind wander, imagine, but no, this moment, you're going to live in just this briefest moment where nothing else matters besides you. And you reach over and you take the woman's hand. And you see slightly tanned skin with gorgeously painted nails, another flowing dress, but not white, as you lean over and you hear, is this what you wanted? And you recognize Dalavosh's voice. And the woman next, the woman kind of excitedly taking Dalavosh's hand. This is everything I wanted and more. Thank you. Thank you. And Dalavosh just gives a nod. And she kind of forces herself to look directly from the woman down to her drink. And she goes for it, and then you hear, and now a word from our maid of honor, Miss Dalavosh. And Dalavosh feels her stomach twist as she lets go of the bride's hand and looks over to see the bride lean into her husband's arms with excitement as she looks to her best friend to speak. And you feel dread. Excitement, happiness for your friend. She is happy, and that's all you've ever wanted. But you wanted to hold her. But you couldn't. So Dalavosh takes her glass and stands up and begins her speech to the groom and to the bride, her best friends, who she will be there to support no matter what, as long as they treat each other well and make each other happy. And that she will be there through thick and thin,
Right.
and there for one another, as long as they are there for each other. The groom gives a chuckle of, I know. Trust me, everyone, she gave me the shotgun talk multiple times over the last few years, and you hear laughs as Dalavash forces a laugh of her own. And I've meant it every time. But this day is for their happiness. So cheers to the newly married couple. And the room erupts into applause as Dalavash, you feel her grasping her glass with shaking hands as she slowly sips back the drink and sits down next to her friend, who leans over. Goes, thank you for being here. And Dalavash just, I wouldn't miss it for the world. Takes a sip. And that's about where your dream ends.
What the fuck, Casper?
She fell in love with a straight girl.
What the fuck, Casper? What the fuck? I didn't need that.
Do you want to know why that one Hamilton song, Satisfied, is on her playlist? Bye, Chelsea.
I'm just gonna be down here. I'm just gonna cry.
So those are your dreams.
Yeah, so fun.
Now, Magna, you dreamt first. You wake up first. You wake up in bed, cuddled up with Amir, who you can feel him actually kind of like tucking some of your hair behind your ear. He's kind of rubbing your face. When you wake up, you see he's awake. Just good morning. Birin's still behind him, and Dimitri likely still behind her, but you can't see over her.
Yeah, you can never see Dimitri in the morning. He just doesn't exist in the morning. Chelsea, you good? Okay. He's gonna cuddle into Amir. He doesn't want to get up yet.
Amir pulls you close and starts to rub your back. Just, did you sleep all right?
I don't know. I'm so sick and tired of these dreams.
Yeah. And he starts to kind of just moves his hand from your back to your arm, and he's just kind of holding you close. Just, do you want to talk about it? No.
I'm going to be honest, I think we already did. So,
That's okay.
But, I mean, you said it better than I ever could with, the whole... It doesn't matter about the scars, but whatever's underneath of them. Remember that conversation?
I do.
So, I know there's a good heart under yours. So, that's all that really matters.
He moves his hand to rest above your heart, where your scar is. And one under yours as well.
Well, I would hope so.
And he's just kind of like rubbing your chest with his thumb. I know so.
Mm-hmm. You're the one who reminded me that it's there, and every time we are in the same room, you remind me that it is there somehow.
His face goes a little red. Well, I'm glad I can help.
Good.
You deserve it. The help and the reminders. Until you can confidently remind yourself.
It may take some time, but I'm getting there slowly.
I'm proud of you for that. It's a hard journey.
That's true. Who knew that it would be packed into just a little over a week?
It's been quite a week for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's strange. I didn't know so much could happen in a week.
To be completely honest, neither did I. You certainly know how to keep things interesting.
That's new to me. Normally I don't. Never really have. Haven't been, the one to provide the excitement. Always been the one to kind of have the excitement find me. So, it's still finding me.
I was about to say, it may still have found you. You're just learning how to reciprocate it. You've certainly brightened up everything for me.
Well, I would say that about you, but it is a little cheesy with the pillar stuff and everything.
I still appreciate it, though. It's a bit of a motif I have, I know.
Oh, that's true. You can't go without the sun somewhere.
And he moves his hand from your chest to kind of cup your cheek and just... May I kiss you?
Well, what morning would it be if you didn't?
I still want to ask.
That was the closest thing I could think of to saying yes, so.
And then he leans in and he gives you a big old kiss.
Hey!
Right on the lips.
Smoochies!
Being good!
Yeah, that's real gay. I'd love to see it.
At about that time, you hear the bed creak behind him, and you feel Birin's arm move over Amir, and just because of how you two are positioned, the arm also kind of goes a little over you. And Birin, and so you both are being held by Birin, she kind of props her head up, and she's like, "Oh, I didn't mean to interrupt." And she pulls her arm back and goes to kind of face the other direction, realizing what she's just.
No, come on. I think you earned it after our conversation yesterday and all the things you said to me that were so very nice and made me feel really good. So come here.
You don't have to tell me twice. And she kind of shifts back over and wraps an arm around you and Amir, and she kind of pulls you closer. You're flush against Amir, who's just pressed between you two, and you see his face going bright red.
Amir's fucking heaven.
As he's just laying.
And she's like, yes, thank God.
Finally.
Fucking finally.
Yeah, right.
This is all I've wanted.
Oh my God.
You can ask, old man. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, come on, old man. Get with it.
So you two are cuddled up. You hear a bit of thunder, the ominous thunder. It sounds a little louder now. And that thunder seems to startle Dimitri awake. Who just, oh, fuck, is all you hear from behind Birin. You still don't
good morning.
Sleepy boy.
Good morning, Dimitri, from somewhere over there.
You see his hand kind of raise up, and he's waving from behind Birin.
There he is. Good morning, sunshine.
This is too early. What time is it? It's too early, whatever the answer is. Has Amir gotten up yet?
God, me too.
No, I'm still in bed. It's too early. So you've all woken up and kind of just spend the morning chatting, all four of you. So you all are...
I feel like Dimitri's just listening. He's not inputting anything into the conversation.
He's listening every now and then.
He needs to sleep more.
Yeah, every now and then.
He needs to go back to bed.
Birin kind of looks over his shoulder and sees that he's still awake and kind of asks for his input, and he's just... Yep. That's what I was going to say. Clearly not listening.
Just don't talk to me.
She keeps checking he's still awake. It's every time he goes to fall back to sleep, the thunder rumbles, and you eventually realize that's what's happening when after a few times the thunder rumbles again, he's like, "Oh, okay, fine," and he sits up.
Wake up!
And he just
God.
and he starts rubbing his face, and his hair is a little, a mess.
That's me.
He's got that short, thick hair. So that is what happens in your room.
Yay.
Let us go check on Ivor, who had a good dream.
Yay.
And she gets to cuddle up with Winter. Oh.
Our roommate just got home with food for us, so I will also be interrupted.
Food is important. Eat. All right.
Okay, we're good.
Hey.
My door closing is very loud because you have to keep putting the handle back on it because it fell off.
Oh no.
I'm gonna get the food.
Ivor, you had a good dream, and you wake up.
I know. Wow.
You wake up. Actually, this time you wake up the big spoon. At some point during the night, it seems that Winter had switched over, and you either moved over in your sleep or she pulled your arm over her. But you are now spooning Winter. You can tell by her breathing pattern that you've kind of learned over the last few mornings. She's in the waking up process. Mm-hmm. So again, you woke up before her.
Mm-hmm.
So
she's just gonna let her wake up before anything else. Doesn't move.
All right. So, after a little bit, Winter, you hear a, and she kind of like looks over. Are your eyes open?
Probably not. There's no reason for them to.
Fair. Fair. She was just looking for any indication that you're awake. Winter kind of slowly shuffles to face you, and you feel her very similar to like with Magna and Mir. You feel her kind of like tuck some of your hair out of your face, and she's just kind of playing with it.
Morning, sunshine.
Oh, well, good morning. How are you feeling?
Good, actually.
Oh, you slept well.
Yeah, good dream.
Well, that's a surprise. You gonna tell me about it, or?
I got to witness Richard meeting Claudius again.
Oh.
It was very nice.
Yeah. Those two, thick as thieves since I've met them, so.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm glad you had a good dream. I didn't have a terrible one. It wasn't a good one, but it wasn't a terrible one. Stressful one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, my turn to talk about it, I guess. Okay.
Mm-hmm. That was my long silence.
Yeah, that knowing silence. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me. I know. I know you're knowing silence. I know you're knowing silence. I know you're knowing hmms. I know you're knowing eyebrow raise. I know. I know this. Miss Smarty Pants, knowing everything.
It's my job.
She kind of gives you like a little pinch on the cheek and just... Yeah. Just stuff with Hitchwire. His ex, I'm assuming. So... I've had worse dreams, but I've had better ones, so... I will say... If I ever meet his ex, see, here's the thing, I don't know. No, I've kicked an android's ass before. I could do it again.
What is that?
An android. It's a humanoid robot. It's a robot that looks like a person. They usually have like fake. It's what Hitchwire's. It's a robot that has. They usually put sort of a skin-like thing over it so they look human.
I don't understand what a robot is.
A robot is a being made of machines and science. It's from our world. It was
Your science is very different from my science.
Yeah, I'm gathering that. So, no, it's a sort of being. Androids were a thing of fiction, mostly, for my life. And then I learned through that job I had that they were real.
Mm-hmm.
And they were somewhat sentient, not entirely. Oh, I heard some people saying, I think Dalavash used the term Warforged. Does that mean anything to you?
No.
Okay.
Then again, I was very sheltered, so I couldn't tell you.
It's another life form. I think they're alive. Even if they're not organic, still alive. Anyway.
Most people just say good morning.
You asked
How weird is that?
You asked about my dream, and my brain went in 3 different directions. You're going to have to get used to this, okay? I wake up very fast, and I'm ready to talk.
That's fine.
I like talking to you. And it's kind of exciting actually waking up next to someone. Especially getting a view like this in the morning. You know what? I don't think I need the sun anymore.
A view like what?
And she kind of pinches your cheek again. You.
You haven't seen me at my best either.
Well, if I haven't seen you at your best, then I'm going to faint.
Don't do that. That's not good.
I mean, I already almost had ass on the floor when you walked into that dress the other night at the party.
Did you?
Yeah, I almost fell out of my fucking seat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
You get looking better than that. I don't think my heart can take it. It can. I'll be fine. But by God, woman.
My heart can't take it. Don't let that stop you. But
don't let it stop you. I'll be fine. It'll be worth it.
That's a death I'm willing to go through.
What a way to go. What a way to go. Good morning.
Okay. Good morning.
You hear some thunder. You also notice that it sounds louder than it has the previous few days. It says to me, or is that getting closer?
Yep.
You know, did you have the whole thing that whenever you saw lightning and then heard thunder, the seconds in between is how many miles away it was? Mm-hmm. Can't really use that when you don't see lightning, I guess, but...
Well, I mean, I was able to see before I came here.
Oh, well, no, I mean, like, there is no lightning. I'm letting you know, there's no lightning.
You know that.
Yeah. There's no lightning, so... So I don't know how far away that is, but it sounds closer.
I think it means we're running out of time here.
Yeah, that's usually what that means. Well, I guess we can't waste much time today, huh?
Mm-mm.
Well, here. Let's braid your hair. Let's get started.
Okay.
So you feel Winter kind of sit up.
You know you don't have to do this.
What if I like to?
If you'd like to, I'm not going to stop you, but you don't have to.
Well, I want to.
Okay.
Fine. And you hear her kind of chuckle as she kind of, helps you set up. Then she gets kind of situated behind you. She's pulling out your long hair. She kind of reaches over and feels around on the bedside table. You hear her grab something, and she kind of just
fucking long.
Yeah, she starts to brush out your hair. And she's being very careful. If she finds knots, you can tell she's had to brush a child's hair before. She knows. You grab it and just kind of very gently pull. She's like, you're much better with this than Lily is.
Well, I've had hair this long since I can remember.
You want to know why Lily's hair is short? I don't know if you've ever felt her hair, but it's pretty short. It's about to her jaw. It's because she hated this shit. She just keeps brushing your hair.
Depending on how much time I had in the morning. Sometimes it would be a nice experience. Other times, not so much.
Well, I will do my best, even with limited time, to make sure that this ain't at least unpleasant. And she's being very careful to take out the knots and stuff. As you're kind of just enjoying her playing with your hair and brushing it, you start to feel a little woozy.
Oh, fuck.
Your head kind of starts to spin a little bit. You start to feel yourself tunneling into a vision.
Hold on. Just a second.
And Winter, okay. And but before you go into the vision, you feel like Winter literally wrap her arms to catch you as you fall back into her arms. This time, you are standing in front of an all too familiar door that you've never really entered in invited. As Gideon's door opens, and you're standing in front of Gideon's door, and it's like, and you see Gideon, and he looks if you didn't know better, you know better. But if you didn't know better, very sincere, very welcoming, very soft. Please come in. I'm glad you can make time for me. And someone enters and shuts the door. And you kind of just, you hear, she's like, I don't really know why you called me, as Wallace's kind of whispered voice kind of echoes, and it's just, and everything is a little hazy in the view of a vision, as Gideon kind of doesn't even lock the door, just walks around and goes, I noticed that you haven't been coming and seeing me as often, and I've gotten worried. I figured that perhaps the way I was treating you, our psychotherapy wasn't working, so let's try something new. And Wallace just, you were worried about me? And
he wasn't.
And again, Ivor, you know better, but Wallace.
Yeah, sweet boy.
As Gideon gets like in Wallace's face, it's like, yes. My goal is for you to not need to see me anymore. So we're going to try something new. Do you trust me? And Wallace, yeah, of course.
No, baby, you don't.
And that's your vision. And your vision just, and you wake up being held, you feel Winter kind of playing with your hair. Just not knowing what to do. Just.
You
okay?
I am. Little angry.
Is this a quick braid kind of morning? Okay. All right, tell me what you saw. And she starts quickly but efficiently braiding your hair.
Wallace going back to Gideon's?
Fuck.
Yeah.
Keeps. I want you to know that you can feel it. Her hands are moving faster than anyone else who has ever braided your hair. Quick hands. She's like, well, I guess we can't let that happen.
Mm-hmm. Might burn down a house today. I don't know.
I don't know. You know what they say? Arson's kind of hot, but ching. And she starts to tie off the end of your braid. Sorry, poor time for a joke. It's how I cope. Take your braid.
God, I love this doof of a woman. God,
she's
so goofy. I love her.
As soon as she's done, she's gonna be. If you want to come with me, you can. If you don't, nah. And she's gonna get up and knock on the doors where she knows that the other party members are.
Okay.
And just, I need to get Wallace, and then go downstairs.
Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna check in on Cora.
I just ate so much salad so quickly. Yes, hello. What do you need from me? I just downed so much salad. Holy shit.
So.
Oh my god.
You woke up after that dream with Dalavash.
Yeah.
And you wake up with Thespis, who's kind of got their head on their arm, one arm draped around you, one leg draped around you, and you just hear the softest snore. As their hair that they hadn't like done anything with, they hadn't pulled their hair back or anything, they conked out. Their hair is a fluffy, curly mess.
Yeah. Cora's probably, all she's really gonna do is just run her hands through their curls until they wake up.
Okay.
Not gonna move, not gonna do anything else.
Yeah. After a little bit, Thespis, you see their light violet eyes start to open just in time for thunder to rumble, and they're just
Okay. Just thunder.
Yeah, louder.
Yeah.
Don't care for that shit at all.
Could be a good thing.
Yeah, it could be a good thing. It could be a good thing.
Oh no, the salad's catching up with me.
And here we see a second death.
I made a poor decision.
So Thespis just they kind of feel their curls. Okay, hold on one second. They sit up and they just kind of crack neck, and they run their fingers back, their hands over their hair, and just immediately kind of soothing it and pulling it back into like a bit of a fluffy ponytail that just kind of poofs out at the back. They just pull it back. Like, You sleep okay?
Not really. It wasn't a bad dream, just sad. That's all.
Yeah. I had an okay dream. Even happy dreams can feel sad when you understand what happened after, you know?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. But, you know, c'est la vie and all that shit. We got a busy day today.
We do, yeah.
You know what you and I need after this?
What?
I know you have a lot that you need to do after.
Yeah.
But at least one night. Just one. We need to dance during a party. Not after.
I agree.
No. Well, if that doesn't give me something to live through all this, then then I don't know what does.
I hope that you have other things to live for through all of this.
I'll find
Other than a
things.
single dance.
I'll find things. You know, that's what you do. You keep finding new things to push forward through, right?
Yeah.
So, I'll just continue my journey, and I hope you'll have me alongside you.
I'd like you to be.
Good. Because you're kind of stuck with me now.
Perfectly fine with that.
Unless you actually want me to, back off, then let me know. But unless you say otherwise, you're stuck with me.
I'm perfectly fine with that.
Okay. You hear another rumble of thunder. And Thespis goes to look at the painting that you've covered, and before they can even ask, you hear the, "I need to go get Wallace," from Ivor at the door. Let's go see what's going on?
Yeah.
Magna, at about that time, moments after you also hear the,
What the fuck?
"I need to go get Wallace." And oh, Jason, you muted.
No, I know. I said, ooh.
Oh yeah,
That's what I said.
so at about that time, Amir and Dimitri and B-Ray, Dimitri, who you could tell was still groggy, after that, just it was almost like a cold splash of water in the face. It's just, okay, no, all right, day is starting now, and he's kind of getting up out of bed. B-Rin's making sure that in his kind of now less groggy state, that Dimitri's feet are firmly on the floor and everything. Amir kind of scoots around you. It's kind of, I'm assuming you also kind of quickly get up out of bed?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 4 people all quickly rushing out of bed.
It's like one of those things where it's like you're out the door. It's like you're putting your shirt on as you're running out the door, kind of thing. Yeah.
Yep. Amir grabs his clerical bag. Ivor, you head downstairs, followed very closely behind by Winter, and you're hearing the doors open, and you're hearing Winter, "Morning, morning," as she's close behind you, calling out back upstairs. And you get down, you get downstairs, and as soon as you're down there, you hear from behind the bar, "Morning, Miss Ivor. How are you feeling? Is everything okay?" Oh God! And is seeing and hearing everyone's rushing
down.
and just, "Oh, okay."
We're getting started early this morning. All right.
Morning. Everything okay? Are we all really hungry? Larkin, could you get breakfast going?
Morning.
Thanks, love.
So, first of all, I just realized that my microphone was coming through my laptop and not
Oh shit.
Oh,
my actual mic, so I fixed it.
yay!
Huzzah.
Just second of all, Miss Ivor, I'm gonna fucking lose my shit. Sorry to scare you, Wallace. Didn't mean to do that. I had a vision about you. I think we're probably gonna need to talk to you.
Oh,
Okay, he doesn't know.
okay. What's up?
You can't go to Gideon's today.
I wasn't planning on it.
He was going to invite you and ask you to come. You cannot go.
Why?
He's not the nicest man. And I'd at least like to talk to you first.
Okay.
There's something that I think Larkin and I both want to let you know about. Nothing bad.
Everyone else, you see panic go across Wallace's face as he's trying to think of what the fuck y'all could be talking. I was like, okay.
You haven't done anything wrong. No one is angry at you. No one. I promise.
Okay. Should we do this out here or?
Just turning to the rest of the group, can we please do this today?
What was that,
Can
Chelsea?
hear you.
Yes, we can.
I'll admit, this is all really intimidating.
Sketchy.
Yeah. I didn't want to say that, but
It is. I know it is. I promise you can ask Larkin. It's a good thing.
And at about that time, Larkin, like the rest of you, like who are kind of standing in the hallway, like at the bottom of the stairs, are like Larkin is pushing past you all as he came out from the hallway, and is like, like Larkin is just, excuse me. And is it more of like an idle excuse me because he's like not actually waiting for you to move? He's kind of moving you.
Like, I just want to let you know that I'm coming
here.
through.
Yeah. It's like, excuse me.
But Magna doesn't jump and punch him in the face.
Yeah. It's like Magna, that would hurt you a lot more than it would hurt me as he's making his way through.
I haven't punched anybody.
Which is unfortunate. We need to change that.
Yeah, you do.
Give it time.
We
We're gonna change it
we talked
next
about.
week.
We have a
We
plan.
can change it next week.
Give it time. It's okay.
Ivor and Magna.
You might get punched today. We'll see what happens.
We have a plan. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Gideon's still alive, so there's still time.
Well, I know that's what that. Yep, there.
We could
Yep,
kill
there
him
might.
today. We could kill him today. Just
Yep.
start this thing
Give
right
it-
now.
Give it time.
God. So, Larkin pushes past everyone and gets to Wallace, and you all see Larkin look to Ivor, and then kind of like looks to Magna, Cora, Thespis, and so today.
We need to.
He kind of looks to Wallace and goes, a lot of things are going to make a lot more sense. But the rest of you can like see and sense and hear a concern in Larkin's voice as he says this. Just, in the long run, this is going to be a lot better. Things are going to make a lot more sense. And Wallace just... Okay. Will it explain why I shouldn't go see Gideon?
Yeah, honestly, it will.
Oh, so everyone knows, okay.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm used to that. Now or later or what? Breakfast? Does anyone want breakfast first?
Oh, buddy.
A sweet boy.
And Amir just, I'll help with breakfast. You and me can go make breakfast. I'll have breakfast, and then we can go get started. How does that sound, everyone? We can't go doing powerful magics on an empty stomach.
Probably a good idea.
If nothing else, he should certainly eat. He's probably not going to have the energy to do so after.
Yeah.
So, here. Wallace, Larkin, let's go make breakfast. Everyone else, go get seated. And Amir starts to kind of roll up his sleeves as he's, all right, Wallace, and he takes Wallace's hand. Magna, with the tenderness that you recognize when Amir was dealing with the dazed cultist, as Amir just kind of takes Wallace's hand. Come on, let's go make breakfast. And he starts to lead Wallace back to the kitchen. And Larkin follows behind. And Winter just All right. Fucking doozy of a day it is. I'll go get the table set up, and B-Ren's like, I'll help. As B-Ren and Winter both go to start, like, organizing tables so that, like, there's, like, it's more of a big table. It's, like, a big table. The table's just gotten slowly bigger and bigger and bigger as you all have accumulated more people.
As we've unlocked more NPCs.
Yeah.
I'm honestly here for
slowly
it.
growing.
Yeah.
I'm honestly here for it, TBH.
Actually, quick question. We should also probably keep Richard and Claudius in the loop about what's going on.
Probably.
Are they there?
They don't seem to be there. If nothing else, not yet. Y'all kind of headed down a lot quicker than you normally do.
Yeah, we're getting the whole thing of we're getting started early today, I guess, was not a joke.
Nope. So we'll see.
We usually take like an hour before we get down there.
That's true. We've been booking it.
We have been streaming for an hour and nearly 7 minutes, and we're actually getting to the day, to our plan. This is the first time in the entirety.
We're speed running today.
We're speed running today, apparently.
I mostly at least wanted to get to this. So
yeah, that's fair.
It is weird to think, though. This is when we'd be originally hopping on call.
Yeah.
No, Jenny, it cannot. Oh. Is it the mics? Try, like, unconnecting and reconnecting? Oh.
You might have had a Windows update, so it might have fucked a lot of your settings. Go into your sound settings, and then go into advanced sound settings, and see where Zoom is pulling the mic from there, and then check your Zoom settings as well.
We love technology.
Worst case, I can come in there and help.
Oh, yeah.
Because you shut down your computer. You actually turn it off when you're not using it. You didn't do that last night, but you do shut it off when you aren't using it. No, can't hear you. Do you want me to come in there?
Yeah. Yeah, Nessa, you jinxed it. Miracles do happen. Jinxed it.
How rude. Jinxing it.
It might just be Zoom because it was working fine.
Yeah, it literally
Oh.
was working fine. What the hell happened?
Oh, I hear you.
Oh, hello?
I hear you.
Hello.
Hold on.
I hear you.
What is happening?
Apparently they hear me
It
again.
was Chelsea walking in the room. That's what it was.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Voice meter's open.
It's been open.
It's fighting with Windows.
Okay.
Because Windows is a bitch.
It doesn't agree with Windows very frequently because Windows has its own internal one.
All right.
Oh, hello.
That should be what.
Saw you in the chat.
Let me get back to my room. Oh my god. I'm gonna die. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my Jesus Christ.
Oh my god. Whoa.
It's a lot of shit.
What?
That's what living her's like. With her is like.
Oh, lordy.
Is Chelsea tripping
Constant.
on things?
Pretty much. My room isn't super big. So I have my bed, my desk, my dresser, and then immediately behind me is my backdrop, which stretches from the wall to my bed.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a balancing act.
All right. So now
We're good now.
Yay, we're good now. So, tables get set up. Everyone can get seated. After a little bit of chit-chatting, you do actually hear the bell of the door open. And in walks a familiar duo who you've started to see near every morning.
Those assholes.
Yeah, these assholes. These fucking guys.
This fucking guy.
This fucking guy.
I still love that it's only Jason and I that actually understand that.
No, I have no
this fucking
idea.
guy.
It's
But you
become
know what?
its own thing within
You know
this.
what? You know what I want to bring back? I was going through old episodes, and I think we need to bring back beans. I think we need to bring back all
beans.
we need to bring back all beans.
Someone
and
gets-
this fucking guy.
Someone gets freed and they're just laying on the bed. Beans.
Beans.
It didn't happen with Winter. It can't happen now.
No, because I
Yeah.
wouldn't have
Every
been
time we
winter.
see, we could do it every time we see Gideon.
Beans.
Beans. This fucking
This
guy.
fucking-
Like,
This
there we
fucking
go. We
guy.
can combine them.
There we go.
They go hand in hand.
Perfect.
Just with Gideon, though. Just nobody else. Just
with
Gideon.
Yep. So, in walk Richard and Claudius. they see, they quickly both realize that everyone is seated at one table. And you hear Richard go, "Oh, are we late for the conference call?"
You are, actually. Thought you got the
What
memo.
makes you think that you were invited?
Oh, well, I am now, fashionably late as always. As Richard
Surprise, it's an intervention.
"Oh, I need you to know those don't work on me." And Claudius, "They don't."
Oh, no.
And so Richard, grabs a seat from another table and just kind of pulls it over and sits on it with the back facing you as he's kind of just straddling.
I mean, he's queer.
Of course.
It makes sense. He's
I
queer.
was gonna say, it was like, where's the chair going?
laying
How's
out.
he positioning the chair?
Claudius has the chair actually like facing the right direction, but he's kind of like leaning in it with like one leg
Doesn't
over
know
the
how to
other.
sit in a chair.
Oh, neither of them do. No one in
okay.
Nexilis
No.
except for like 3 people know how to sit in chairs, and it's because they were taught how to. Like,
Yeah.
what,
Let me
Ivor?
guess. Let me guess. Ivor, Cora, and Dalavash. Yeah.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
They're the only ones.
No, yeah. So
They have to teach everyone else.
How to sit in a chair?
like Beckett was taught, but she
Really
just
is
doesn't
big gay
care.
breakfast, huh?
No, it's fucking Beckett. She's like, yeah, I hear what you're saying, but it's a dumb fucking decision.
But I dare you to make me sit a way I don't want to sit.
It's really stupid.
This
Also-
is just...
Very quickly, in the context of queers not knowing how to sit in chairs, while I was postmating, there was a house with a queer flag. And even if they hadn't have had the queer flag, I would have known because they had 4 different seating options on their patio. 1, an outdoor swing chair. 2, a kitchen chair. 3, an office swivel chair. And 4, a whole ass picnic table.
That's a gay house right there.
I was like, Jesus Christ!
Wow.
No one knows how to
They had
sit.
all the options.
Legitimately,
The one that
legitimately, she
baffled
got
me
in the
was the
car.
office chair.
Legitimately, Chelsea
yeah.
got in the car, and she goes, at first I thought that the gay pride flag might have been because, maybe if they were supporting a family member or something. And then all of a sudden I saw all of the seating options, and then I knew.
No, they're supporting themselves because they don't know how to in a chair.
Anyway, so,
Yes. So
Richard sits stupidly.
Richard sits stupidly, and Claudia
And
sits very
Claudius.
gaily.
Yeah, okay.
So like they both kind of join in on the situation and just. So I'm assuming that something's brought us all together, and it's not me, clearly. So what's the plan for today's schedule? What's our itinerary? Try that again?
Is it because you couldn't hear me?
Yeah. But now I can.
Okay. Why would it be you? I'm here.
Oh, I like good competition.
It's not competition, love, if you're not gonna win.
The problem is you just can't see what you're up against, so...
I would like to discuss the itinerary, please.
Magna just...
It's like,
I am uncomfortable.
hey, Claudius. Richard, shut the fuck up.
That was a good one. That was a good one. It's going to be a bit of an undertaking, so we might need everyone getting Wallace out.
Someone's gonna have to get Mikhail, and it's not me. And Thespis, I'll fill them in after. They don't like big crowds, so I'll fill them in after you guys get filled in. And Richard, all right. So what's this massive undertaking?
Wallace?
Yeah, that would do it. That would do it. And Claudius is like, do you need our help? There's not a lot that we can do.
Claudius, you're close with Beckett, right?
Yeah. Yeah, she's one of my best friends. Why?
If we physically can, we might need you.
Are we also freeing Beckett today?
If possible.
Yeah, you'll need
I
me.
have a feeling that this is going to wrap up very quickly, and I would like to have her clear-minded.
I will let you know there is nothing that I can do to stop her. I may be a vampire, but she could kill me easily. But I can
You're
at
not
least.
gonna be alone.
I
We're
can
all
at
gonna
least.
be there.
I can at least talk to her. Richard, for that one, maybe best if I'm not in the room. I don't exactly instill comfort in Beckett. I will stand guard in the hallway.
But probably a good idea.
That's
No, you
a new
strengths.
one. We've
Know
never
your
had someone in the
weaknesses.
hallway.
We've never had someone in the hallway.
Well, clearly, you should have had me involved sooner to have someone in the hallway.
We should have.
Well, now we have somebody in the hallway.
And you're welcome. So,
Thank you.
see, was that so hard? And Claudius gives
so
Richard...
much.
Claudius gives Richard, like, a little elbow, and Richard just... Anyway. And Thespis is... Alright, I know the situation. Situation. Before I go, actually, so that I know the situation. We're definitely freeing Wallace and gonna try and free Beckett. Is that what I'm gathering?
If we can,
Yes, I
Be a good
think so.
idea to do both.
All right. Rewind. And they literally, through magic, make it sound like a reversing tape as they go backwards on what they just said. He goes, okay, now that I know the situation, I'm going to go and fill in Mikhail.
What the hell was that? What was that?
Who's new? What was that?
Oh, I can do little voice effects. I'm like my own little soundboard.
You've never done that before the entire time that
Not
I've known
once.
you.
Not
What is
one
that?
time have you done that.
Listen, it's...
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. It's for comedic effects. I do it because it's funny, like Roger Rabbit.
That
you know,
was the
I
most.
do something
What?
because it's funny. I can only slip my hands
That
out
was
of
the
the hand.
scariest noise I've. That is the scariest noise I've heard in my entire life. Why did you make that
I'm
noise?
sorry. It was sounding like when you put something in reverse, like when you back it up.
Hmm?
Like, you know.
He doesn't know what that sounds like,
That
Vespers.
doesn't sound
What are
like
you
anything
talking-
when you back it up.
What?
He doesn't know what that sounds
You
like.
don't
There's
make
no cause.
noise when you back up unless you take really big steps.
You don't know what a... This is a technology thing. It was in reference to machines, and when you have something playing on a machine and you reverse it, sometimes you hear the noises backwards, and that was what I was trying to emulate, because I was reversing myself, because I said, I'm going to go fill in Mikhail. And Thespis stands up and awkwardly walks away.
Corey just kisses their hand before they
Vespers.
walk away.
Thespis stops when they're getting their hand kissed, and Thespis just, what, my joke flopped. What do you want?
Let me die, God!
I promise you are loved even when you are not understood.
That's all I need.
Okay.
That's all I need.
But whatever noise you were trying to make, you made it really well.
Thank you.
So
You know
you're
what?
very welcome.
You guys know how to throw tomatoes, but then also throw roses, and I'll take the roses. Thank you.
I don't have either, but you're welcome.
It was in here.
Just.
Okay.
I love you all so much. I'm gonna go talk to Mikhail.
Okay.
And Thespis then awkwardly starts their way.
I just want to leave! Don't look at me!
Do not perceive me! My joke failed! Because, like, literally only half of the people at that table would have gotten that joke. Actually, no.
I should have read the room.
Well, no, because Cora, Amir...
I fucked up!
Well, Amir wasn't there. So Cora, Birin,
Birin.
Dimitri,
Winter.
Richard, and Claude. So most of you would have gotten it, but the two who didn't were like...
The two
Bubble
who
fucks.
did it were like, what the fuck? Hold on a minute.
Cora was just like, you've never done that before. What the fuck? She knew what it was.
Thespis has that Roger Rabbit mentality of, like, they can do nearly anything as long as it's funny. You know, or dramatic. Yes?
Autofocus on the zoom option for your camera is on.
I
because
know.
The flags keep.
I know, and if I fix it now, it's going to distort everything. So I'll fix it during intermission. Sorry, everyone. Deal with it.
Suffer.
Just a very slow rave.
Yeah. Just don't. None of
I'll keep an eye on it. I'll be ready to just fist pump.
Okay.
I'll be ready. So every time you just see me in the corner,
Single.
it's like, yeah.
Then I know. It's the rave.
Yeah.
Lathander's here
Very
to
slow
party.
rave.
So
Yeah, man.
Get the glasses. Get the glasses.
Actually, you know what? I'll put the glasses on once we sit down with Wallace.
I will not be able to look at Jason.
I'm sorry. Actually, no. You know what? So I don't do that. I'll put them on now.
That's not better.
This is
No, I'm sorry.
the
This is your hell.
the
This is your
divine-
hell.
the divine boon from your god is these
I
glasses.
feel Lathander in this Chili's tonight.
It's not a +5 to charisma. It's just a +5 to
No, it's a -1.
Hey, if we need character voice from Jason, I can pay for it right now.
God.
In the chat, I can pay for it right now.
I wouldn't
God.
be able to get anything done. So what are we doing?
So Thespis is going and filling in Mikhail on the situation, giving them the 411. And at about this time, Amir, Wallace, and Larkin return with many plates of food.
I love them.
Amir kind of taking the lead as Wallace seems to be a lot more comfortable. Wallace seems to have calmed down, and he's kind of back in his rhythm, right? He's back in what he knows. And so everyone's passing out breakfast. Again, it's a lot of fruits that are good, but clearly not in season. It's various pastries. Some of them are like probably from the previous day. It's just various little things. You have some various teas, some glasses of water. Oh, hello, Cammy. Hi, Cammy.
This is our lovely Meredith cosplayer on TikTok. Just join the chat.
Hello.
Hello,
Welcome to
friend.
me.
Hello. So, you all get your breakfast, and Amir sits with you, and after plates are put down at 2 more spots, you see that Amir like kind of forces Wallace to sit and eat with you all.
Yeah.
He's joining the cool kids table.
Sweet boy.
Yes, Wallace.
This
so
is his
proud of him.
introduction to the cool kids table before he actually is part of it.
Before he's
He's
actually
testing out the
inducted.
club. He's seeing if he likes the club.
Yeah, this is his trial run, his consultation for the Cool Kids Club.
See if he's a good fit.
Yeah,
Because if he's not, we'll just free everybody else. It's fine.
and fuck Wallace.
Wow. Then we'll lose Larkin.
Remember when I
And
said
we'll
that?
die.
I was gonna say, remember when I said Larkin could be an antagonist? That's how it happens.
Because we kicked him out of the cool
We'll also get
kids.
free
Club.
eventually. We'll also get free eventually when we kill Meredith. Like, it's gonna happen.
So,
Whether or not it happens during stream is a different story.
so you all can sit, have your breakfast. All right. You all are able to kind of just enjoy laughing. You see that Wallace is kind of like letting a little looser. He's laughing at some jokes.
boy.
You can tell there's some jokes that happen that Wallace has been made so numb to things because of Meredith and Gideon that like he literally like a joke will be made and he'll be like yeah.
Oh
Liz.
no! Liz!
Not really
Wallace.
understanding that it's funny.
Sweet boy!
Larkin
boy.
will often like reach a hand over and kind of like rub Wallace's back or rub like kind of have an arm around him and rub his arm. Every now and then, if Wallace seems to be getting overwhelmed, you see every now and then Wallace surrounded by people who are happy for him to be there. Every now and then he kind of just looks down and stares at the table, and Larkin like leans over and starts whispering. It's like, are you okay? Do you want to step away? And just, no, good. And after a few moments, he kind of takes a few breaths and rejoins, And after...
Half the town is here too. That's the thing.
Yeah.
We're all here for him. We love him that much.
Oh, shit. Okay, cool. So,
What was that? What was that?
No.
I heard a dice roll.
What was that?
I'm not a fan.
Hey.
So, at about,
Hey, Gideon coming in?
after a few minutes of this, Winter
Kill
actually starts
Gideon.
to, Winter kind of like starts to gather the done plates, the empty plates, and like looking to Wallace and Larkin. It's like, y'all are always doing all the bussing work. Demetra, you sit your ass down. I'm just gonna take it. She starts to like gather all the plates that are done with. And Winter grabs like all the plates, and as she's walking, you see something kind of in the window catch her eye from something that you all can't see, and she just fuck that. And she puts the plates on the bar. She puts the plates down.
Goddamn autofocus.
I'll touch your hand.
So you see her just like, I think the fuck not, and she puts the plates on the bar and starts walking towards the front door. And at about the time she gets to the front door, the door opens, and you all see Meredith.
Oh fuck! That's worse.
And Winter literally has an arm on the wood. Just, howdy, good morning, Meredith. How can I help you?
Ivor's sitting here, she's like, oh god, it's her turn, and I am so happy to just be here.
So those of you who kind of like look over, you can see Meredith kind of like leaning and just, well, it seems like you all are having an interesting morning. And she looks up to Winter, and Winter, yeah, I mean, it's not too terribly interesting. It's just breakfast. But can I help you with something? We're actually about to close up shop for a few hours. We got a few things that we got to take care of. I can help you with anything that you need before parting ways. And there's like an awkward silence between them. And Meredith just, well, I was coming to check in on a few things. And you see her looking over, and you can tell she's looking for Wallace. And Winter just, I said, can I help you? You didn't answer my question. I can help you. You just let me know. Use your words, Miss Jackson.
Jesus.
Remember this? I'm so here for petty NPCs.
Can I... Jason.
The
Sorry.
panic.
Sorry.
The fucking panic is what made
It
that.
took me a second. I was like, oh, yeah. Let me get that for you right away, ma'am, right away.
Right away, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, ma'am.
So sorry. I need to.
God. So, after that, there's this tense moment as those of you listening just hear it go quiet. Those of you watching just see this like unblinking eye contact between Meredith and Winter. And you see Meredith just, well, if you could then be a dear for me, Winter. And she kind of puts a hand out as if she's kind of gesturing towards the table. And Winter just very quickly kind of like, yeah, sure. And she takes it like the very like buddy, anything for you, Meredith. What can I help you with? And as she's holding Meredith's hand, Ivor, you feel Meredith try something similar to what you felt before. You can just feel like the little pulse of it. And Winter just stands there. And Meredith, huh? And she kind of pulls her hand away. And you hear the faintest whisper of, I have to try something different. And Winter, excuse me? And Meredith, I clearly won't be able to get what I wanted this morning, so
No, you fucking won't, bitch.
have a good morning, Miss Dwyer. And Meredith goes to turn on her heel, and she's starting towards the door, and she grabs the door handle, and she has her back to Winter. Just kind of over the shoulder. Gives a very soft... In fact, I want you all to roll...
Ivor's over there. I'm telling you that right now.
Okay, you're
Ivor's
getting up and over
fucking
there? Okay.
That
I know
whisper.
exactly what the fuck she's gonna do.
Okay, so Magna and Cora, I need you both to roll perception.
Ooh.
Sorry.
You're good at that,
I'm gonna
Magna.
fucking hum the violin tune, and I fucking know it. I'm gonna down.
Oh wait, no, not this one. This one is the one that's gonna bite me in the butt. How about this one?
If you're paying very close attention, roll with advantage.
I am.
Yeah, hearers and shit.
That's 14. That's better. It was a 9 or a 14. One of the two.
Okay. with advantage. Make sure you roll again, Jason. Make sure you roll again, Jason.
Why did that remind me of like over the intercom for like airports?
You fucked up, Jason.
Jason.
You fucked up, Jason.
Jason.
Press X to Jason.
Yep.
13.
A 13 and a 14?
Look.
Okay. So
Not great.
both of you hear the whisper.
Get excited.
Both
Sorry, I
of
didn't
you.
realize something.
Oh.
Ooh.
Is it still a 14?
Yeah, it's over. I can do more people in my psychic link, my psychic whisper thing.
Okay, cool.
I got excited. I got excited.
Ooh,
So-
the family plan.
The
yeah.
family plan's extending.
Yeah.
Okay, so Magna and Cora, you hear the whisper, but you can't hear what's being said. Ivor, what you hear being said as Meredith is kind of looking over the shoulder, is, just Miss Dwyer. Mr. Dwyer sounds interesting. And she walks out and shuts the door behind her. And Winter freezes.
Pop, pop.
Boop, boop. What was that, Jenny?
Ah, why?
There we go.
What the fuck? It was fine. What is happening?
What did you say?
We're gonna get him back. You know we are.
No, I know. I'm just mad.
Yeah.
I gotta take those plates back to the kitchen. I need a moment. And she kind of turns and she gives you like a pat on the arm.
Hey.
I just need a moment.
Okay. But, so you know, what you were saying, how you're acting, how you're standing up to her, really attractive.
That does help me feel better.
I'll see you when you get back.
And she kind of gives you like just this very passing kiss on the cheek. And you see, Magna and Cora, you didn't really hear what was said, but you saw Meredith whisper something and Winter just stiffen. And now she's...
Safe to assume we know.
Yeah, and she is...
Something happened, yeah.
And now she is walking, like, storming towards the back. Like, she grabs the plates and just storms into the back. And Wallace is like... Should I? And Larkin, no, it's okay. Give her a moment. Ciao. Oh, got startled. Thanks, Ashley, for the gifted sub. Chelsea, are you okay?
A lot of the balsamic vinegar went right to the back of my throat.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Well, at least you don't have to smack your hand now.
Yeah, there it
Oh,
is.
I still do. This isn't.
no.
This isn't true
No,
pain.
gotta-
It's still required. I have to smack my hand.
True
This isn't true pain.
True pain?
Oh, my
I
gosh.
have to smack my hand. It's required.
Okay.
So, the room is kind of tense for a moment, as some people heard, some people didn't. Some people can assume, some people have no idea and are just, wow, tense.
AKA Wallace.
Yeah, you do
Wallace
notice,
is the only one.
you do notice that of the people who heard, it seems that Richard and Claudius may have heard. And at the mention of Walter, you actually see both of them, Claudius more so than Richard, at least openly deflate a little bit. Richard kind of gives like a, that's it. And Amir, kind of seeing the tense situation, just, oh, would anyone like some more tea? We need to all keep properly hydrated, as he's kind of trying to like soothe everything.
Cora would want some.
Ivor, would you like some more tea? I cannot hear you.
Fuck.
There it is.
There we go.
What the hell is happening?
It was doing so good.
It
Is
was
your
working so well.
mic volume on Zoom turned all the way up?
Not all the way up. Do I sound okay?
Very loud.
Whoa, hello.
Sorry.
But we can hear
There's a
you.
little bit of buzzing in the background.
Okay, let me go
Good
back
morning.
down.
I turned down my computer, so it should be
Good
it should be
morning.
okay on the stream.
How about now? I just don't want to be louder than everybody else.
That's good.
Sounds really
Oh, you're
good.
good.
Yes,
Fine.
good.
Okay.
Because you were a little quiet earlier. You have been a
It
little
wasn't
quiet.
all the way down like it was before, but
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So Amir just
Yeah, thank you.
Magna, darling, would you like some more tea?
Always.
Right.
I mean, you've gotten me drinking more tea, so.
I'm
Yes.
glad. It's quite a good substitute for many other things that people drink. And he's like kind of like looking, like gives this brief glance to like Richard, but like not like a judgmental look, but like a concerned look. And then kind of figures out who all wants tea and heads to the back. And you do kind of hear the faint murmurs between Amir and Winter, but you can't hear what's being said. You just hear that like Amir seems to be talking to Winter. A few moments, Amir brings tea back out. Winter comes back out. She's not gone cold. She's not gone into like.
Sorry, I was raving.
No, it's good. I'm glad you did because I noticed it, and then I saw you rave. I was like, oh, good, he's actually doing it.
Oh, you thought I wasn't?
Yeah, I didn't know. I'm pleasantly surprised, but not shocked, if it makes sense.
Okay, I don't know whether to take
Incredible.
offense to that or
No,
be like,
Incredible.
I'm delighted. Thank you.
okay, good.
As long as you like it.
Thank you. Winter comes out, and she's kind of like in business mode, not like work mode. She's not cold, she's not rigid, but she's
You got shit to do.
down to business. To defeat this cunt. So what about that time?
Good
Coming out here with that
morning.
hard C, goddamn.
I mean, it's Marius. She deserves it.
She does.
So,
Good morning, Nexilis.
So, at about that time, Festus comes back, followed in suit by Mikhail, who seems to be very much like they don't want to be there.
I don't want to be here.
But they're going to be there. They're not gonna be happy about it, but they're gonna be there. And Mikhail's kind of giving awkward, like, morning. It's kind of like, just kind of giving little whispers. Yeah, Ivor?
Ivor's gonna stand up so that Mikhail doesn't have to bring his seat over.
Yeah.
And in order to try to kind of brighten Winter's mood a little bit, she's just gonna sit in her lap.
Aw, good. Mikhail takes the seat. It's like, oh, thank you. You didn't have to do it. And then sees you sit in Winter's lap. It's like, okay. And it just like gets...
Partially for you.
Okay.
It was partially for you.
Oh, well, thank you. I do appreciate it. And you kind of hear them put their bag down on the floor, and they kind of like adjust their cap to make sure it's like fully on. Winter kind of wraps her arms around your waist and holds you in. She kind of rests kind of the side of her face like against your shoulder blade and just takes in a deep. And she's just holding you.
We love her.
Everyone gets their tea. As soon as Mikhail's there, Amir's, oh, I'm so sorry. What would you like would you like some water? Would you like some tea? And like Amir just immediately, anytime Wallace is like, oh, I can help Amir. No, you sit. And Amir, Amir,
I love you,
Grandpa. Grandpa.
Amir goes, gets Mikhail some tea, brings it back. And so
Grandpa.
everyone besides Mikhail has had the, when Amir comes back, he would bring them some, like at least a pastry, something to eat.
Something to eat.
Yeah, so everyone's drinking their
Everybody got an empty
tea.
stomach.
Mikhail is drinking their tea and eating the snack. And it's kind of like, there's not much more to do. Everyone's there. Wallace has no fucking clue what's going on. As usual.
Ball of they're just nerves. Just a ball of anxious nerves.
As usual.
Yeah, but like worse.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because everyone knows what's about to happen except for him, and he's like, ha.
I would say that actually by the time everyone's about to start kind of nudging for it, Magna and Cora, you actually do see Wallace kind of like adjusting the handkerchief to pull it up higher on his neck, kind of meeting his jawline, kind of pulling it at about his chin.
Sweet boy.
And Larkin, is rubbing his back and is just assuring him, it's going to be okay. I'm going to be there. I'll be right there. I'm not going anywhere. And it seems to calm Wallace down like a smidgen, like a fraction, which is better than nothing, but still not a lot. So, about that time, Thespis would kind of lean over to you, Ivor, and go, you wanted to take the lead on this, right? Can't hear what you fucking said.
I don't know
I'm
why.
so
they-
mad.
There we go.
I'll look into it during break and see what's going on.
I was planning on it, and I still can.
Well,
I still want to. Just make sure I don't die.
yeah, no, that's number one. Amir and I can also, and we've got Larkin on our side now. That's good.
Yeah.
Gonna be a big help. So, Vespa stands up and just, all right, well, I did just realize that it's going to be incredibly cramped. So, and Larkin just, if you give me one moment.
Is he gonna Howl's Moving Castle this shit?
And
Swear to
Larkin
God.
kind of just like pats Wallace's back and just, I'll be right back. And Dimitri is just, is this like the cleaning the floors thing? Hold on. And Dimitri gets up.
Oh yeah, we still have no idea what the fuck happened.
And Dimitri...
What does cleaning the floors mean?
And Dimitri just, it means cleaning the floors. And Dimitri
I don't think that's
kind of starts walking. You then, Magna and Cora, you see Dimitri follow, and Ivor, you hear Dimitri follow Larkin upstairs. And you hear, Ivor, you feel, after a moment, some intense magics coming from that room. The rest of you hear what sounds like the bending of wood, and like the stretching, the whine of stretching glass, and like you hear a lot of shit moving upstairs. And it's very brief. Before, after a moment, it goes quiet, and then Dimitri starts down the stairs. He goes, spick and span and ready for more. All right. No, we got room.
Okay.
Dimitri turns back around and starts upstairs, and Thespis is like, all right. Well, if you ever needed to know how the tavern got bigger to accommodate more people, there it is.
You know, I was curious about that.
Yeah.
Glad to know the answer.
Yeah. I still don't know how they do it. But they do, so... Magic.
No. You don't get to blame it on just magic, because I understand magic. I don't know what that is.
Listen, it's magic I don't know. Maybe you can know it, but I am more, and like sparkles.
I'm oblivious to literally everything, so...
You hear Wallace. I feel that. In response to Magna.
Get me. I appreciate it.
We're friends, right? Oh. Everyone sees the most awkward finger gun and mouth click between Wallace and Magna. And Thespis, oh, okay.
Let's go. Let's go.
See, I am getting it. I'm getting it. I'm understanding it.
Thespis, you sure are, buddy?
Thank you.
So good.
Thank you.
Thespis starts up the stairs.
Yeah.
Amir takes Wallace's hand. And Amir kind of like stops with you, Ivor, and goes, I know you're going to take the lead. I'm just going to get him upstairs.
I wanted to talk to Larkin anyway.
All right. I'll have him wait for you in the hallway then. Richard, do you also want me in the hallway or down here for this one? Unless you need a mind read or a mind controlled, there's not a lot that I can do.
Honestly, it might be better if you're down here, in case she comes back, or Gideon comes back.
Delightful. I will happily deal with the
please scare
garbage.
them away, but you have to tell us what happens.
I promise. I will recount every moment to the excruciating detail for you.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
And Richard just leans back in his seat and gives you a little...
He's like, annoying the hell out of people? I can do that.
I got you, bitch!
I'm your Huckleberry. So...
I love Richard!
Let's go upstairs.
No.
So...
That is so uncomfortable.
Do this. Oh god.
So everyone starts upstairs. Amira walks while it's upstairs. Everyone starts to shimmy upstairs. Ivor, by the time you get up there, you hear Larkin just over here. And you all see that he is waiting kind of past the door so that people can enter and he's not in the way, but he's still in the hallway. Mm-hmm. Everyone starts to funnel in, and Larkin just... Do you want me to shut the door, or is it okay if it's open?
Probably best to shut it for a minute.
Everyone just sees Larkin shut the door. So Larkin and Ivor are outside while everyone else is inside. Yes, Chelsea?
We're just gonna start covering windows.
All right.
Covering the mirror on this one, because if he sees that, he's gonna get freaked the fuck out.
Oh yeah, that's probably a smart idea.
Yep.
Yeah, for this one specifically.
Individual basis, but this one in particular, yes.
Yeah.
Also, in response to the chat, yes, there is one dragonborn in Nexilis. It is Amir's wife. Amir, the human cleric. His wife is...
Best wife.
Is a dragonborn paladin of Bahamut. And...
We love her.
Yeah, it is.
We love to support her.
I just
we
had
stand
to
be Rin in this house.
I just had to press the button for Bren one time today.
Just at every
She
moment.
had to have it. She had to have it. She deserved it.
You hit it for Amir and Bren kind of simultaneously with the final words.
There's time.
Yeah.
There's
time.
There's always time. So
He's gonna have to stop Beckett later. So
we'll have time for another nut button.
Oh yeah, of course.
plenty of time. We've only been streaming for
always.
like almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
Plenty of time.
Fine.
Larkin shuts the door and it's just you and him in the hallway and just... So, what do you need?
Do you want to warn him, or is it better if he goes in blind?
I'm going to warn him a little bit. But
Okay. I'll leave that up to you.
thank you. Because I think if he knows fully what's going to happen, he's going to
It's
panic.
going to freak him out.
Yes. So, I'll tell him the basics. And then you hear thunder start to rumble again, louder. Then we'll just do it.
Just remind him that you're there, I think is the big thing.
Of course. I hope he never forgets, but I'll always be happy to remind him.
Speaking of which, after all of this, if we manage to, I don't know if you would, but if you two ever need a place to go, my world's pretty nice. For the most part.
Well, Wallace shouldn't go home. His world... He shouldn't go back. I don't think he wants to.
Okay.
And I personally can't see myself going anywhere without him. So, we'll talk to Wallace. And if he wants to go with you, then I'll follow.
I hope so. I would hate to not be able to see the two of you. Well,
Be around us.
yeah.
Well, I'll leave that up to him. My loyalty is to him.
Good.
Speaking of, I don't want to see him on a leash and collar for one more second.
No, definitely not.
He reaches around you. And then he opens the door for you. And just... There you go.
Thank you. Okay.
So, Ivor, you head in. The room, as you all enter it, is definitely now bigger. It seems to have been extended out. You wouldn't have noticed it while in the hallway, but it seems like the entirety of the tavern got extended a little bit to accommodate. You wouldn't have noticed it in the hallway, especially with Larkin in the way. But now that you're in the room, you see that it's been elongated to make the room bigger so it can fit everyone. Most of the furniture is still the same size and relatively the same place. There's no new furniture. The windows got stretched out a little bit. But it's the same room, just stretched a bit. You all kind of get to your places. Dimitri's by the door. Biren's on one side of Dimitri. Magna, where are you standing?
I was interested in using the gloves this time,
Okay.
but I mean, is it possible to use them and stand next to Dimitri? Or do I have to physically be there?
Dispel magic?
Yeah, I think so.
What I'll say, if you want to support Dimitri and cast, is that you casting it is gonna kind of like add to the other people casting it. So you're casting it, you are assisting, but it's mostly channeling through their pathway of the spell, if that makes sense.
Yeah, okay.
So your energy is being added to them. So you are casting it, you are helping.
Okay. So do I need to be anywhere specific to do that, or?
I'll say that you would need to be on the side of Dimitri that is closest to the bed, and Biren wouldn't mind swapping sides.
Switching.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, she's mostly there to make sure that Dimitri doesn't pass the fuck out again. And if he does, that someone catches him.
It might be my turn. It might be my turn.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
Ooh.
So.
Ooh.
I also want to mention my luck. No. For my portents, I rolled 2 3s.
2 3s?
Those can be good to use on other people.
So, Thespis is standing by the bed where Amir has guided Wallace to sit. Amir has guided Wallace to actually, instead of like everyone else where they kind of just sit on the edge of the bed and shit just happens, like Amir has kind of guided Wallace to similar to when he got freed, sitting more in the middle. He's comfortable, as comfortable as he can be, anyone. Thespis would be standing by the bed by Cora. And Winter would actually be standing right behind you, Ivor. You actually feel her kind of like supporting you physically, like she's there to like kind of hold your arm. Because she can't cast magic, so she's just gonna be there
make
for
sure
her.
You don't eat shit.
Yeah, she's gonna be there to morally support and also physically support her girlfriend. So, everyone kind of finding their places. Larkin goes right over, and as soon as Amir backs up from the bed, Larkin sits down next to Wallace and just, this isn't going to be pleasant, but you can handle it. You've handled a lot worse. A lot of things are going to make sense. Things that I know have confused you, things are going to be a lot clearer. So, this is for the best. And Wallace is like, oh, I don't really know what you mean, but I'm gonna trust you on this one. Larkin, that's all I could ask. And he kind of rubs Wallace's back and stands up, and as he stands up, Wallace immediately grabs his hand. It's like, you're not... Wallace. Larkin's just, I'm right here. I'm right here. Do you want me to hold your hand? And Wallace, please, Larkin. Okay. I won't let go. I won't let go. And he stays standing, but he's holding Wallace's hand. And Wallace kind of looks around at everyone and just, okay. I'm ready. And after a moment, Thespis is like, okay, yeah, we're just kind of waiting for... And before they can finish, thunder starts to rumble. Does everyone call upon their assistance and cast? Everyone casts?
Yep.
Yep.
Here we go.
Ready to lose me some fucking hit points and spell slots.
Time of blast.
Gotta blast.
Syringe.
Gotta blast.
Start your engine.
engines.
Start your engines.
Start your engine.
Aw, beans.
Oh, beans, man.
So,
Oh no.
the
It's gonna
bubble
suck for us.
starts to form around Wallace. You see, similar to Winter, but more so, the multitude of red strings. It's almost suffocating, and you can see that not a single part of Wallace hasn't been wrapped. And it's almost hard. The exhausting thing at the very start is you all having to force the bubble to form with all of these strings. It takes, normally you can just cast it and it forms, but you actually have to give it a push from the get-go
Jesus.
for this bubble to form. Wallace kind of freezes, his eyes go wide, and Larkin keeps his promise, and he does not let go. His hand through the bubble, his arm being trapped in the bubble. And you can tell by the wincing that it actually hurts, but he does not let go. Magna, you're supporting Dimitri, who has the bubble around the room, and you can see him, you can feel him tense. He's gritting his teeth, even just before the bubble pops. Larkin kind of makes eye contact with Dimitri, and you see almost like a second field go around as Larkin's kind of like assisting. In the bubble, what mixes with the strings is faint memories. And as soon as the memories start, you see a familiar presence that you saw in the mirrors. You see Evening Glory, the goddess of love beyond death, behind Wallace. You see her looking at the bubble. You see these eyes as her hands with the carved out hearts on the palms are kind of trying to caress the bubble, and you see her looking at the strings. You're seeing the face of a livid god. You're feeling the energy of a livid, seething god. A very maternal figure as she works to try and help you pluck the strings. In the bubble, the memories that start to form. You are starting, at first you see many memories of Wallace greeting the Forgotten in, similar to how he did with you. You see him greeting, not in this particular order, but Verlier and Thevek. You see him greeting and bringing in Walter and Winter. You're seeing him remembering Walter. You're seeing him welcome in Drawult and Nimble, two scared, barely adults after some sudden death. You see him greeting and pulling these people into the tavern, and you're starting to see also him reporting to Meredith. New people arrived today. You said you wanted to know. And Meredith giving a, I can always count on you. Thank you, Wallace. As he had been the one to report to Meredith, who knew had arrived. You're starting to see memories of him serving these people food and drink, of him bonding with these people. And you're seeing in former and earlier memories early on that there were times that Wallace didn't have to wear the handkerchief, that the black hadn't gone above his collar line. You're starting to see you see memories where he didn't have to wear the gloves, but you could tell that he always had the sling, and that there were parts of his hand that didn't work, that you all know from his brother with the axe. You see times where he is watching parties, Thespis performing and dragging Verlier out to dance, watching Verlier and Thevek dance with one another in a loving embrace. You're seeing Drauld playing the drums on the bar as he's hooting and hollering for everyone else to join in the fun. You're seeing Nimble asking Drauld to get off of the bar. You're seeing the Dwyers both on the bar as well. No one's really asking them to get off. You're seeing Walter playing with Lily in, early in the morning. You see Beckett teaching Lily and Malik how to play cards with Walter there, kind of just watching over the shoulder, like as he's trying to learn a thing or two. You're seeing a lot of very pleasant memories that Wallace is remembering of his friends. But we all know why they were forgotten. Because they all died and were eaten tragically. It doesn't seem that Wallace ever witnessed this, but he always witnessed the aftermath. The times that parts of bodies would be brought in, the times that his friends covered in blood would come in grieving, angry, scared, sobbing as blood and tears rushed down their face. And you're seeing, even though he had never forgotten his mother's death, the way that every time he saw this, he would remember his mother's death, his mother's murder, and how he could not save her. And he couldn't bring her back, but damn it, he could bring them back, right? You see every single time a Forgotten was killed, that he would rush off to the back. He would get his book. He would cut himself open and start to use his own blood, the ink that courses through his veins, to try and rewrite the last thing that he could remember of them to bring them back. That he would start to write out what happened with the deaths. You start to see him writing, and almost every time Larkin would be the one to step in. And you could tell by Larkin's face that each time he didn't remember, he didn't know what was going on, but something pulled him. The emotional response was still there. And every time Larkin would talk Wallace down, and Wallace would be in a panic, begging to let Larkin free him. You start to see memories of things becoming clear, of things that Meredith would say, of one moment that she would be so sweet and so kind, so motherly. You would see some memories that even there would be times that Wallace would look at Meredith and would see his mother. Not projecting, but illusions. Just enough so that he would lean into her like he did his mother. You would see times of her being so sweet and then moments later becoming so cold, so cruel. That Wallace was always on eggshells because he never knew what would set her off. He never knew what would get that look. He never knew what would cause that response. So he just felt it better to err on the side of caution at every passing moment. Better safe than sorry. So he would watch every word, he would watch his tone, he would watch his actions, he would watch his hands, he would watch everyone else's gestures, everyone else's tones, everyone else's hands, everyone else's eyes. Because he couldn't bear any time that Meredith looked at him with disappointment, with rage, with disgust, with shame, with frustration. You see him remembering times of therapy sessions with Gideon, where he remembers, but he doesn't remember the details, and now he's remembering the details. He's remembering the details of Gideon simply prying into his memories, trying to learn more about his brother, trying to learn more about Kendro, trying to learn more about what happened. And Wallace is now realizing the knowing look that Gideon always knew, that he was the murderous brother. And Wallace realizes in that moment that Gideon was always using that against him, tying those red strings around his wrists, around his neck, around his eyes to control his movements, to control his words, to control his thoughts, to control what he saw, powered by Meredith. The strings were all connecting. Everything was coming together. Everything was making more sense. And as Wallace continues on through this, you see him desperately grasping onto Larkin's hand. You see the ink spreading up his face. You see it consuming his entire face. His eyes have gone pitch black. The only color similar to Richard is his iris. You see his hair starting to drip with ink as ink is seeping from his nose and his mouth. He's crying ink as his clothes start to be stained with it, as the strings on him start to be stained with it, as it starts to soak it up and the black ink goes out and starts to drip as the bubble starts to fill with ink, with blood. As he struggles to try and pry the strings off and try and get out, and you can hear the muffled screams as he's trying to break free. He's scared, he's angry, he's confused, and all he knows is that he can't breathe. He can't breathe. The strings are too tight. The grasp that feels like Meredith's hand on his throat is suffocating him. And then the deaths, the dreams. And he's starting to remember everyone's deaths. You see your own, you see each other's. You see deaths of the forgotten. The screaming stops for a moment as panic sets in. And then when the screaming starts again, it's gurgled as he's suffocating and choking on his own, the blood, the ink. As the ink starts to get up to about his waist. And Evening Glory doesn't seem concerned. She seems knowing, but angry. You see her watching where the strings are going out to. Everyone who's casting this magic, you feel the weight on you. You feel the energy being pulled out as Wallace is begging for it to stop, for him to do something. He needs to make it stop. He needs to be able to save them. He can fix this. He can do better. He's sorry. He's sorry. He's sorry. He's so sorry. I'm so sorry. As he's trying to pull on the strings, and you're starting to hear Meredith's voice. Not sorry enough. Prove it. Show me that you're sorry. I don't think you are. Are you just saying that to make me feel better? Don't just apologize to make me feel better. Show it. Show that you're sorry. As Wallace continues to scream through it as he's trying to block out her voice. And then on top of Meredith's voice, you start to hear whispers. You start to hear murmurs of voices you don't recognize. You couldn't save them, but you can do it now. You killed them. Why did you kill them? This is all your fault. This is all your fault. As it all starts to layer over itself, the whispers that Ivor you heard in your vision, with the overwhelming sensation of the voices of the dead calling out to Wallace. Some of them his victims. Some of them people that he tried to save. Some of them might be voices that Wallace is simply telling himself, all layering around each other, with Meredith's coy and Meredith teasing jabs. You start to hear Gideon's voice layer in over everything. You hated your brother so much, but tell me, what makes him any worse than you? What makes you any better than him? What did you do to stop him? Couldn't you have done something? Why didn't you stop this? Was this all a game to you? Were you all amused? Did you really think that you're better than this? And everything layers together, and eventually you start to see Wallace's head be completely submerged under the ink. You hear what sounds like someone screaming under a tub of water, as you just see bubbles start to kind of go against the outside of the bubble as oxygen is leaving his body. And then the voices stop. The strings fall and fizzle away. And the ink pours like a tidal wave, sweeping at everyone's feet, submerging every inch of ground, covering the bed, splashing on the walls, splashing on the tables. You all feel it. I need everyone who is standing to make a dexterity saving throw. Ivor and Cora at disadvantage since you are so close.
Hey, I'm good at strength. It's my best
It's a
one.
dex. It's a dex save, right? Not a strength.
Dex. Sorry.
Oh,
Okay.
dex.
I was like, that's vastly different. That's 17.
Disadvantage.
At disadvantage, I roll a 10
Okay.
and a 15. I have a +7. I'm a rogue.
Okay. Ivor.
It was a 6.
And then
Then it's a 1.
a crit.
Yeah, crit fail.
Okay.
It
Magna.
would be a 4 if anything else, but
Magna, what did you get? Dex.
10.
Okay. Ivor, you're able to hold yourself. You and Thespis kind of lean on each other.
I mean, Cora.
Yeah, sorry, Cora. You and Thespis lean on each other and support each other. Amir rushes towards Wallace, but he is caught. He slips on it and he kind of falls. He's able to catch himself. He doesn't fully go under, but he's able to keep his head up above the ink. Larkin is still holding on. He has not let go. Magna, you are not knocked over, but you are slammed back against the wall. You and Birin both. Dimitri is able to kind of hold on to you two, and because of that, none of you fall, but you are all now against the wall, fully. Ink just staining up your legs. Ivor, you do go down. And you, in your fall, grab Winter. And you and Winter both fall into the ink. You fully submerged. While you are fully submerged in the ink, you hear the voices. This is all your fault. You could have done something better. Anything. It should have been you. She never should have died. It should have been you. It should have been you, as it all layers over. And you,
it shouldn't be Ivor going through this because of that.
you feel Winter pull you up out of the ink, and you can hear her just as Winter had also fully submerged, and Winter's like, you feel her like wiping the ink off of your face. And all you can hear is wailing from Wallace. He is still dripping with ink. He is sobbing. He is clutching onto Larkin, and all you can hear from what he's saying is, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, as he's just sobbing into Larkin, his words as he's choking on the ink and sputtering it out. And Larkin has pulled him close as you see the ink is starting to spread up Larkin as it's spreading. And he's just, it's all right, as he's running his fingers through through Wallace's hair, just the ink just coating his hands, as he's trying to use his magics to calm Wallace. But as soon as Wallace feels any sort of psychological magic, stop, and Larkin just pulls back. And then Wallace just sobs. No words, just sobbing and choking.
Ivor would be choking on it when she came up.
Yep.
But the first thing that she would do is try to get closer to the bed.
Okay.
Wallace. Listen to me, please. If you don't mind. I know this is a lot, and I know that everything's really scary. None of this was your fault. Nothing of what happened was ever your fault, and I know that the voices are going to keep telling you that because mine do the same. We love you, all of us, because if we didn't, we wouldn't have stuck around. We love you with everything, and I just want to make sure that you're okay.
You hear sobbing. He's not apologizing anymore, but he is sobbing. The rest of you do see that he's no longer producing ink, and the ink that's on the floors is like evaporating. Except instead of a mist, it's like streams of it are going upwards in globs. And as soon as one kind of as one of it kind of detaches from the rest, almost it's like water dripping but backwards. It's dripping up. And as soon
Like a lava lamp.
Yeah, and as soon as it detaches from the floor and kind of gets into its own, it disappears. And you're slowly watching it kind of fade away. The only ink that he is now producing is his tears. As the ink that's on you even starts to kind of fade away. It's kind of being sucked out with the rest of it. Not leaving a single stain or a single mark. But Wallace is still pitch black. Except for his clothes. And his irises. The moments he tries to open his eyes and talk, but he can't. Larkin is holding him close. And you see, for a faint moment, Evening Glory, her hands, her pale hands, kind of caressing Wallace's, and before he can look up and follow them, she's gone. You see Amir kind of get onto his feet and around. Everyone would feel exhausted. Everyone would feel drained. Amir gets over to Wallace. Just, may I touch you, please? And Wallace kind of gives a shaking nod. And you see his necklace start to glow as he's rubbing Wallace's back, and you can tell that he's casting some sort of healing magics, which seems to be kind of lowering the ink, the pressure levels. As you see his skin starting to regain its normal color, you start to see his facial features through it. His tears are coming out more like water instead of ink. And then Amir reaches over just to get your attention, Ivor. And he kind of moves back and pulls you to where he was, so that you can be more directly with Wallace.
Mm-hmm.
And Amir kind of gives you a little pat on the back and backs away. And he goes more towards Birin and Magna and Dimitri. Thespis, Cora, for the first time, you've seen them upset. You've seen them stern. They look a mixture of horrified and seething all at once.
Cora is probably in the process, knowing how Wallace has been with that kind of, especially after seeing all that, just turns Thespis' like front away from Wallace.
Okay.
So Wallace doesn't see that.
Yeah. So Thespis just, thank you. And like they kind of just look. They actually take their hair down and shake it so that it kind of covers, and they just look away.
It just pulls them like head into the shoulder, like right here.
Yeah.
Just keeps them there.
Okay. Amir gets over to Magna, Dimitri, and Birin, and he's immediately checking on you all, since you all did slam against the wall. No real damage was taken, but he seems to be in his own coping state of caring for others until he can process how he's feeling. Dimitri is actually the one who pulls Amir in and has Amir, and then kind of feels around, and the first person he grabs is you, Magna, and he pulls you in. And then reaches back and feels Birin, and pulls her in. And you are all standing in a bit of a group hug. Ivor, you are now standing directly in front of Wallace, who is still sobbing into Larkin. The sobs seem to be softening, but are still definitely, he's still crying.
she's gonna really gently reach out to touch him, very lightly,
Okay.
but that's it.
He doesn't flinch. He looks up and he sees it's you. And just, I'm sorry, Miss Ivor, I'm sorry. And he grabs you and he kind of nuzzles like into your, like right under your bosom, like right into your stomach, and just starts to sob into you.
She'd hug him. You have nothing to apologize for. Absolutely nothing.
Larkin is still rubbing Wallace's back, no longer using his magics. Is just there. As Wallace continues to cry. Mikhail, who had definitely stayed back and stayed quiet during all of this, is now kind of going and checking, very shaken. It's just, you okay? You okay? They're okay. They're okay. They're okay. Okay. They're okay. It's kind of like looking over everyone. And then Mikhail just sits in a chair in the corner and just like deflating like a balloon. And everyone just takes a moment. The sobs die down. Till soft hicks and sharp breaths. All of the ink anywhere else in the room is gone. On you, gone. And the floor is gone. And Wallace is fully back to his normal state. No more ink in his skin, except for the usual around his neck that seems to be nigh permanent. And on his hands that are covered in gashes and scars from when he has tried to heal people in the past, revive them in the past. He pulls back from the hug with Ivor. Thank you. Sorry. And he even pulls away from Larkin and just why?
What do you mean?
Why is this happening? Why is any of this happening? Why is she doing this? Why is he doing this? Why me? Why this? This doesn't make any sense.
Do you want to know the gritty details?
What was I helping her do? What have I done?
I don't know exactly. I think she was trying to bring the Forgotten back. The more people hear, the more of a chance that the bubble pops and she escapes.
Escapes?
Again, do you want to know?
What was it? I don't deserve the ignorance of not knowing. And he just looks at the scars on his hands.
You deserve it if you don't want to. If you don't want to know, you don't have to. But I will give you the information that I have if you genuinely want it.
I need to know.
Okay. Meredith, from what we understand, what we know, is a goddess. Used to be of fate, now is chaos. She was trapped here after hurting and killing a lot of people, a lot of other gods. She's been trying to get out since then. The reason we're here is because she grabbed us. Didn't know who she was pulling in, but anything to fill the space. Roger is here to make sure she doesn't get out. Whatever necessary.
And Gideon is... Why? What does he have to gain?
He has a pact with Meredith. He gains power. Not a lot, clearly. He gets her the information that she needs.
So that's how she knew. You know, when I first got here, I thought it was a second chance. That I could make things right, that I could do better, that I could be better. I'm just the same. I've never changed. Never learned.
I think you've learned a lot.
You don't know what I was like.
Kind of do.
Why does everyone know more about me than I do?
Because other people wouldn't let you learn. It wasn't for lack of trying. You have been trying to grow and get better. As I've said before, that means everything. And I needed a second chance too. If what is after this means we can go home, if you want, I could really use you.
Yeah,
As
everyone
a
can.
friend.
And Wallace gets up.
Wallace, as a friend, I would never, ever ask you to do anything you didn't want to do. I love having you in my life. That is all I'll ever need. People won't be afraid of your magic. You can learn and study and do what you like. And I'd love to be there to witness you do it. What I said was a poor choice of words. I want you in my life. I really, truly, and genuinely do. And you know for a fact, if I ever tried to use you, which I wouldn't, but if I did, Larkin would make sure I didn't exist for very long.
And Wallace kind of looks at Larkin. And Larkin just... I got freed yesterday. And I promise you that with every fiber of my being and not being, you are getting that second chance. You are getting that happiness. And Wallace just... I need to be alone. I don't like all these eyes on me. I don't... Stop watching me. And you see the ink start to go up his skin, and Larkin's just, I'm going to take him downstairs. And Larkin quickly starts to usher Wallace out of the room. And as soon as they are both out of the room, a deafening silence falls over everyone. Yes?
How many spell slots did I use?
Because you had to keep pushing and keep pushing, I'm going to say a good chunk. I don't know what your spell slot sheet looks like right now.
1 5th level, 3 4th level, 3 3rd level, 3 2nd, 4 1st.
Okay, so all of your 5th and 4th, and one of the rest.
Okay.
So that is where we're going to stop for now. We're going to have an intermission.
Yeah.
We're going to take
yes.
a 10-minute intermission. Everyone, we will be back at 9:40 EST, and we will
I
continue
need to
this.
stress pee.
Yes, everyone can go have their stress pee. See you all momentarily.